Yeah, we hear it loud and clear. It's time for us to furnish this apartment. The only thing in this apartment right now is the mattress from our van. Actually, there is two other things in here that are not our mattress, and that's our first Facebook Marketplace find, which are these stools here, which honestly are terrible, but we were eating on the floor for a day and vowed not to do it again. So that's our first find.
To be completely honest, I bear most of the responsibility for the fact that we purchased these bar stools. They looked great online, they were advertised as being in really good condition, but when we got there to pick them up, they were not. And I'm pretty sure the seller was like almost trying to dupe us, because when we walked into the apartment, all the lights were turned off except for like a red and blue LED strip on his roof. It was a really disgusting place, and to be honest, I just wanted to get out of there as fast as I could. So we gave him the 40 bucks, and the stools are comfortable. I hate that I like them. They're just not in as advertised condition. So once this place is fully furnished, we're a little bit more settled. We're gonna look for 3 bar stools so that Sophie can have one, and just give these away because these suck.
It's been a few days now, but we've picked up the biggest part of our apartment, and that's this beautiful couch, which we've decorated with some pillows that we repurposed from the van, and picked up some new $3 covers from Ikea. We bought this couch for $300 in Calgary, originally somewhere around $700, and it's only 6 months old and coming from a family that really did care for it. The only reason they got rid of it, they were looking for a bigger couch. So their loss, our gain, everyone's happy.
I think this Ikea Poang chair would fall under the kind of okay category. It wasn't exactly what we thought we were getting. We knew we were getting the black cover, but the photo on Facebook Marketplace did not have this orangey finish. So we're gonna sand it down, repaint it so that it matches a little bit better with the apartment.
Well, it was way too good of a deal. We haven't seen another chair listed with a stool yet, and it was only $60 for the two combined. Normally it costs at least $40 to pick up one of these chairs. So to us, if we have to pick up a new cover and refinish it, it's just another little DIY project.
And you can't get the chair and footstool at Ikea right now because it's out of stock, just like everything else. So buying used was actually like a bit of a blessing in disguise here.
One thing that I didn't know we would thrift, but we did, was this gorgeous lamp. I have wanted one like this for a very long time, so I was really excited to see it on Facebook Marketplace. And like many things, I actually haven't seen one like this come up again. This lamp normally retails for $70. We did pay $60 for it, which does seem like a lot to pay for something that someone's already owned. However, one, you can't buy this lamp right now, and two, it's in near perfect condition. So we weren't disappointed to pay $60 for it because it felt like we were getting a pretty good deal.
This chair was by far the most expensive thrift that we did in the entire apartment, and we bought 2 of them. This one chair alone was $500, which means we spent, yes, $1,000 on 2 office chairs. But this is a steel case, Leap V2. If you're familiar with office chairs, this is like the holy grail, the mecca of office chairs. And we have to work in them like 8 hours a day, every day. We're working from home. So it was pretty important for us to actually stand up out of our chair after 8 hours of work and feel like a human being and not feel like we need to go directly to a chiropractor. And they normally retail for $1,200, so $500 is looking like a bit of a bargain. We got 2 chairs for less than the price of one brand new. That's how you thrift.
Our desks, unfortunately, we couldn't thrift them. The reality is we just couldn't get as good of a deal as we did buying these brand new. These desks cost us $70 a piece. We have matching desks, which is really cute. The tabletops were $50 and each leg was $5 from Ikea. This is another one of those things that we cheated on. We did end up buying this bench brand new because it fit the look of what we were going for in our apartment. It cost us $80 from Yix. Yix? J-Y-S-K? Another Swedish store. Yesterday, you wouldn't believe that we actually found this practically brand new shelving unit right beside the dumpster in our building. This thing retails for $250 at Bouclair, which isn't crazy expensive, but it is practically brand new and someone didn't even bother to list it for sale. So it's a win for us. And I had my start the car moment. I was like, are you sure we can actually take this? And it was beside the dump, so we took it. Finders keepers. These tie for probably the second best find at $100 for the pair of the two. These are Ikea nightstands. We did change out the handle here because the one that they provide is just not that pretty, and these are only $3 a piece. So we were able to upclass them a little bit. They're in near perfect condition. There's a couple little scuffs on them, but nothing that those little stain sticks can't fix. There's certain things that take a little bit longer to find the right one, and one of those things is the coffee and end table. We really wanted something that was solid wood that would last us for a long time, so we came up with a solution. We've saved so much money by thrifting everything so far that we decided that if we had to spend a little extra money here, it really didn't matter too much to us. But luckily this project just isn't that expensive. For starters, the slab of wood we picked up cost us about $90, the stain an additional $20. This is the slab we've chosen. It was originally 4 feet by 17, and we've had 1 foot cut off of it at 1 inch. So the first step in this process is gonna be to sand it down as smooth as possible. We're gonna be using 5 different grits to get the smoothest possible finish by the end of this project. So this is our test piece, so to speak. We wanted to try and make sure that we could actually pull off making one of these tables before we took on the coffee table. So this is our end table, which turned out so good. It's about 5 layers of stain and about 8 layers of polyurethane, so it was quite a bit of work. For this piece, we chose hairpin legs. We felt like they had a nice light and airy feel to them, and they were also pretty affordable from Amazon. They came in at about $35, which seemed like a pretty good deal to us considering that some of the more heavy-duty legs cost up to $150.
Color, isn't it?
That's beautiful. I like it. I like it even more when it dries. This is called Biscuit, and it kind of reminds me of what a good latte should look like. Although there is a color for that called Latte. The decision to buy this color was a touch impulsive. I don't know what we intended on getting originally. Maybe something a little bit warmer, but then we kind of settled that this one looked really nice and kind of sleek and modern. What arrived today? It's our $300 mattress from Amazon. We are super excited to try out this mattress. We have the 6-inch version in our van, and so this is a necessary upgrade to the 12-inch version for our apartment. This is a queen. I should preface that our van is a double, so having a little extra space between the two of us will be very welcomed by Sophie. There was one thing that I absolutely refuse to thrift, and Rich might feel a little bit differently about this, but I will not sleep on a used bed. Yes, I know that's kind of counterintuitive to the fact that we traveled all the time and never slept in our own bed. I mean, maybe if we were buying it from a family or friend, I'd feel different, but in this case, it just wasn't gonna work for me. But I feel like the Amazon bed is the best deal you can get for a foam mattress out on the market, considering you can pay almost $2,000 for a foam mattress. And we're really trying to thrift our bed frame as well. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to find any that really match what we're looking for. It does appear that a lot of people use a box spring and mattress here, and I think we want something with a little more structure. There's one from Ikea that I actually really want that matches our nightstands. I'm kind of hoping it comes up on buy and sell so that we don't actually have to go out and buy it, because it's proven to be a pretty good strategy.
We learned a very valuable lesson by doing the end table first, and that is when you're applying the polyurethane, don't wait to do the bark till the very end, because the polyurethane is self-leveling and the bark is absolutely not level, which means you are guaranteed to get some drips, and that is a good way to ruin a perfectly good finish. So that means I'm gonna finish this coffee table smartly and seal the bark before I do anything else. Well, other than the fact that we've already stained the entire piece of coffee table. gonna be honest with you, I have no idea why we do that whole water sanding trick, but somebody who does a lot more live edge tables than me on the internet said to do it. I did it on the end table and that turned out great. After doing the water sanding with 2000 grit, the table feels like smooth like a baby's bottom. That was the absolute last coat of polyurethane that we're gonna be putting on this table. Now all we gotta do is let the polyurethane dry overnight, put the legs on it tomorrow, and then set up our living room.
It smells like Christmas morning. Fresh pine. All I need is some roast potatoes and some cranberry sauce, and all would be right in the world right now. I'm not gonna lie. I see why people do those fun. I'm really cold.
Let me introduce you to my outfit of shame. This is what happens when you try and cross a creek and you end up getting everything that's not inside of your bag completely drenched with water that is just above freezing. It got all over my pants, on my jacket, in my boxers. My boots are currently soaked. I can feel the water sloshing around in them and there's not really much I can do about it. So we're turning around and I'm rather embarrassed about this. And this sucks because we left our sandals after we crossed the Bow River because in all our reading, we never realized we had to cross the creek like 6 times. So now that our DIY coffee table and end table project is done, our living room is put back together and it doesn't look like a disaster zone in here, we wanted to share with you exactly how much we spent on our thrift job.
Spoiler alert, it came in just a touch more than I think we had hoped we would spend. And I'm blaming it all on the office chairs.
Well, it is the office chair's fault after all. We spent $1,000 on 2 office chairs. And honestly, if you wanted to thrift your own apartment furniture, I bet you could do it for almost for free if you don't really care what it looks like. We had a certain look in mind, so we were a lot pickier about the furniture and we wanted to buy some higher quality stuff that at least we hope will last us a long period of time.
We obviously did not include in this video any decor bits. That's just so personal, but we did try our best to save money where we could. Some of the products that we picked up were only $3, for example, toss cushions, and also some of them were made out of recycled materials, like we have a recycled bottle fluffy pillow now, which is kind of cool to know that it's been repurposed and is a little bit more environmentally friendly.
Let's start in the bedroom because there's really only 2 items that we purchased. We purchased a mattress from Amazon for $350, and we purchased 2 end tables off Facebook Marketplace, giving us a grand total of 450 Canadian dollars, which is not too bad for a bedroom. We're still looking for a bed frame, but we don't really want to spend more than like $150 on that if we can avoid it. Okay, let's move into the office because that one's also pretty easy. Essentially, the total cost of the office pretty much boils down to the office chairs, $1,000 for 2 of them.
In addition to the office chairs, we also bought 2 desks, which were $140, and 2 carpets that were $60 total, bringing our grand total for the office to $1,200, because as you will know, we did get our shelf unit for free from our dumpster. It's not a dumpster find by any means. It's actually really beautiful, and it still shocks me that someone threw it out and didn't bother to list it.
We are gonna make a matching sofa table for our coffee and end table at some point, but we wanted to live for a few weeks in like relative sanity and not in complete destruction mode. So we're gonna wait on that one. Let's just go through the list quickly. The love seat we're sitting on right now, $300 Canadian. The floor lamp that we purchased from Facebook Marketplace, $60 Canadian. The Ikea chair and footstool, also $60 Canadian. We paid $100 for the table wood for the coffee and end tables. We paid $80 for the stain and the polyurethane that we used to seal it. And we spent $80 on the legs for the coffee table, as well as $45 on the hairpin legs for the end table. We also spent $80 on a bench, which we bought brand new, and spent $240 on an area rug for the living room and a matching runner for the front door. And finally, $40 on those bar stools that we don't like and want to get rid of.
They're the first thing to go.
So for all of this furniture in our living room and in our kitchen area, we actually spent less than we spent on the office, $1,065. So that brings our grand total of everything to to $2,750. And if you decided to remove the 2 office chairs from it, it's $1,750, because you can essentially get 2 office chairs for $100 or less. Honestly, you could probably get them for free.
To only spend $2,700 when I know that you can easily spend $2,700 on a couch alone, I'm thrilled.
And I actually have a couple friends who have done that.
I do know people have even spent that much on a mattress. Like, it is crazy to think that you can spend that much. I mean, we were looking at Facebook Marketplace ads for someone who was renovating their home, and they were selling all of their Pottery Barn stuff, and it was like $2,000 for an end table or something ridiculous like that. And I was like, we just furnished our entire apartment for that cost.
With that being said, we hope you enjoyed the video. Things are gonna change a little bit now that we actually have a furnished apartment and we don't have to worry about furnishing our apartment. So we're gonna have some more time to kind of do things that, you know, people in the mountains do, like go out and explore and just enjoy and you know, make some fun content. So we hope you liked the video. As always, thank you to our patrons for making videos like this possible.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.